Archangel Michael says, "It's not a coincidence you are watching this video like that. Heaven aligned the moment, the timing, and even your breath to meet this message right now. You are being pulled into this message not by chance, but by divine arrangement. The silence that surrounds your property lately is not peaceful, it's calculated. Behind closed doors, in an office lit by artificial light, a name was written that should have never been placed on that document. The pen that signed it trembled slightly, not because of guilt, but because something in their spirit knew it wouldn't last. They moved quickly, using legal shadows to try and take what is rightfully yours. But what they didn't account for was heaven's interference. A paper with legal command, with binding force, was quietly approved. It's real. It's active. And it's now in the hands of a private attorney who has been paid not to ask questions, only to act. This isn't just about land. This isn't just about property. This is about legacy, your family's root and foundation. Archangel Michael says, the signature written in ink carries hidden intent, but divine eyes have read between every line. What they plotted with crooked words and twisted deals is now being exposed in light. The angelic realm is sounding an alarm on your behalf. Someone used charm, someone used connection, someone used your trust to begin this operation. But that person didn't realize they triggered something larger, something irreversible. They've touched what heaven blessed, and now consequences are rolling in like thunder. Before the final stamp was placed, a tremor went through the spiritual plane. A warning was issued to your guardian forces. That's why your soul has been uneasy lately, even without knowing why. They thought you were distracted, vulnerable, isolated. But you were being protected in silence. Heaven never sleeps when its chosen one is under attack. A letter now exists with your name crossed off in places it should have stayed bold. But let it be known, what man tries to erase, God re-engraves with fire. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A person from your past who pretended to care stood too close to your affairs. They disguised their motive well, waited for the right crack to appear, and used it like a crowbar. They whispered your weaknesses into another's ear, leading them to believe they could overpower you. There's a female voice involved, one who carries envy, jealousy, and a competitive spirit you never saw coming. She's not in the spotlight but holds influence over the person who signed the legal move. She wants your name stripped from ownership as if you were never part of it. Her laughter was bitter the day your name was filed under dispute. But heaven heard that laugh and turned it into an echo of her own undoing. The more she smiles now, the faster her walls collapse. She walks like she's already won, but doesn't know the judge she's about to stand before sees. Deeper than papers. There's someone in your family who suspects this but is scared to tell you. Watch their behavior. Their silence says everything. The property is spiritual land as well, it holds blessings, generational healing, roots of strength and divine order. Removing you from it is not just stealing, it's disrupting a divine alignment. That's why the heavens are reacting swiftly and forcefully. Your ancestors stood on that land. Your voice carries the sound of those who prayed over it. No signature made in secret can rewrite that truth. If you feel fire inside you while reading this, it's because your spiritual bloodline is rising up in agreement. The light is burning through legal ink. Nothing made by man can overrule what God has ordained. They were close to finalizing it. The last appointment was scheduled. They were ready to present false claims and manipulate the narrative. But heaven stepped in before the door opened. Type Amen to get blessing 1188. Archangel Michael says, the attorney was handpicked for silence and speed. But he started noticing strange delays. Technology failed him, messages got stuck, meetings were interrupted, and deep down he knows something is blocking this move. You will receive a strange message soon, maybe even an anonymous one. It will point to a time, a name, or an address. Pay attention. Someone wants you to uncover what was meant to stay hidden. Your name is still powerful in this matter, no matter what they claim. Do not be silent. Do not walk away. Do not fold under pressure. The more pressure they apply, the faster the divine reversal is coming. A financial transaction was made in your name, one you didn't authorize. The record exists. And very soon, someone who helped with the cover-up is going to crack. That one confession will flip the case upside down. The woman connected to this has been doing rituals, using objects that don't belong to her. She has whispered curses against your household, hoping that confusion would delay you. But it didn't. You are here, and that means it's already breaking. She wanted the land, not just for wealth, but for the spiritual weight it carries. She knows what grows there. She knows what power lives beneath the soil. But she will not inherit what she did not honor. Watch for someone bringing you a copy of something. It may be a document, a photo, or even a memory. That object will hold the clue you need to stop the legal move once and for all. Don't ignore small signs. Your angel is not letting you sleep peacefully until this is overturned. That feeling is protection. That discomfort is warning. Stay alert. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. Archangel Michael says, this moment is not just for defense, it is for divine justice. The courtroom of heaven has already begun reviewing your case. And the verdict is in your favor before man even speaks. You are not alone in this. There is a divine presence watching every file, every word spoken, every lie whispered in corridors. They cannot delete the truth. They cannot erase your destiny. Someone will fall ill not because of your curse, but because they played with sacred fire. What they did was not just betrayal, it was spiritual fraud. And the consequences are echoing through their own life now. You will hear of their regret, but do not be moved. You were not given the pain just to forgive quietly, you were given this insight to fight boldly and win. The private attorney is now facing doubts he never expected. He will begin withdrawing his efforts. He may not speak publicly, but his silence will be your victory. You are regaining ground. Slowly. Spiritually. Powerfully. Your feet will soon stand on what they tried to steal, and it will shake beneath them when you do. A male relative who once dismissed you will come around again, this time with open hands and heavy guilt. He saw what happened. He knew more than he told. He's coming to admit it soon. Do not fear court dates, hearings, or letters. Each one will become a stepping stone. You are not walking into a courtroom, you are walking into a throne room. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. Right now, a document is being delayed for mysterious reasons. What should have taken a day is taking weeks. That's because angels are interfering with their timeline. They have begun arguing among themselves. Their unity is cracking. Was intercepted by forces greater than law. The rooms they whispered in are now echoing with angelic presence. They thought you would never find out, but this is your moment of revelation. That attorney has no idea that heaven already rewrote the story. The contract may exist in paper, but it has no authority in the divine realm. What they believed would be a clean victory is becoming a battlefield they cannot survive. Behind that document is a woman who smiled the day it was signed. She watched from the background, thinking her hand would remain hidden. But her smirk is being turned into trembling, because her name is being spoken in realms she cannot touch. There are 3 meetings scheduled this month. In those meetings, your name is mentioned with the purpose of erasing it. But God has stepped in not just to expose them, but to shut them down completely. Archangel Michael says, the person who started this plan is now under spiritual review. They do not realize what they've touched belongs to divine inheritance. Your property was never just soil, it is sacred ground. They went after your past thinking you were too weak to protect it. They didn't see the fire that lives inside you. And now that fire is rising with divine intervention. The attorney has already received the second half of the payment. A silent transaction. Hidden. Not documented in a way most can trace. But heaven saw it the moment it left their hand. Type Amen to get blessing 923. You felt something was off. You sensed a shifting. That was no paranoia. That was prophetic discernment trying to wake you up. Every time you stepped onto that land, you felt peace, and now it makes sense. They envied the peace that surrounded you, so they tried to take the soil that gave it. But soil soaked in prayers cannot be stolen by schemes. They've tried to legalize theft. But divine order is about to override man's law. The paper may have ink, but it does not have eternal permission. This person doesn't just want your land, they want to erase your name from the story. What they want is silence around your history, so they can take credit for the blessing attached to your location. The next time they try to move forward, something will go wrong. One of their signatures will be rejected. A date will misalign. The judge they try to use will suddenly be replaced. Archangel Michael says, your name has been written in a higher book that cannot be edited by human hands. They didn't know that by trying to touch your inheritance, they triggered your covering. Type Amen to get blessing 447. They are using legal language, but it was coded in lies. Every paragraph was built to confuse, not to clarify. They expect you not to question it, but heaven has already begun the unraveling. You will hear about someone visiting your land soon. They will not come to bless it, but to survey it for ownership. But they will leave disturbed, because the ground will speak against them. There is someone you thought you could trust. But their loyalty has shifted. They are playing double. But now even they will be removed from the circle. Everything done in the dark is beginning to burn in the light. The smoke is rising. And with it, truth is unfolding like fire in dry grass. They use charm to manipulate others. Smiles to get approval. But heaven is now removing their disguise. What is coming cannot be undone. Type Amen to get blessing 161. In 3 days, something strange will happen around your household. It will feel like confusion, but it's actually exposure. The spiritual warfare around your home is not random, it is resistance to what heaven is protecting. They used a birthday event to plot further. They gathered around food and laughter, but the conversation turned to you. Every word spoken in that gathering has now turned into thunder in heaven's court. There's a name connected to all this. Her name will come up in a phone call. Her voice will tremble when she realizes you are becoming aware. You were quiet for too long. But now your silence is becoming your roar. You don't have to fight like them, your fight is divine. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 579. You may have felt isolated this month. That isolation wasn't punishment, it was preservation. Heaven needed you separated to avoid interference in this divine case. The contract they wrote will be misplaced. A copy will go missing. They will panic. But this is just the beginning. Someone close to them will start feeling guilt. Their sleep will be disturbed. Their lips will begin to tremble as they contemplate revealing everything to you. An email will show up soon. Not from someone you expect. It will mention a date. That date is tied to the court document. Be alert. Type Amen to get blessing 214. Archangel Michael says, divine reversal has begun. Their legal grip is loosening even as they pretend to celebrate. What was meant to bind you will now promote you. A man was paid to lie under oath. He agreed out of desperation. But what he didn't know is that the minute he touched your name, heaven marked him. That same man will dream of you. He will see a vision. He will see you standing strong while everything else around him falls. You are stepping into a moment of spiritual justice. You don't need revenge, you need clarity. And that's exactly what heaven is giving. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The papers will not reach their final destination. Something will block them. Something divine. They will try again, but it will always fall short. You are not alone in this. An ancestor whose feet once touched that land is standing beside you. You've never seen them, but their spirit has never left. They prayed for this day. They asked for protection over their future bloodline. You are the answer to that prayer. And now the time has come to fulfill it. You've waited long enough. The reversal begins now. Type Amen to get blessing 776. Their celebration will turn to confusion. The attorney will make a call, urgent and rushed. Something is unraveling. And it cannot be stopped. A woman who pretended to be your friend is part of it. She handed over your name. Her motive was hidden, but her hand was clear in the spirit. A voice note will be discovered. A message they forgot to delete. That message holds proof. And once heard, it will flip the entire case. The private attorney will start asking questions soon. Not because he wants to, but because something he sees will not sit right in his spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 188. The ones behind this hoped you would panic. But you are being equipped with divine stillness. Let them move fast. You will move correctly. You will receive a letter soon. Don't ignore it. It will look ordinary, but it holds a clue. That clue leads to the door where the exposure begins. You will stand where they hoped you would fall. You will rise where they hoped you would fade. And your name will shine brighter than before. The legal storm is passing. But it left behind wisdom. Now you see through masks you once trusted. Type Amen to get blessing 612. This is more than a battle over property. It is a war over your peace, your history, and your divine purpose. But the war is already won. There is an old photograph that holds evidence. Look for it. What was captured long ago now proves what they try to deny. An elder in your family knew this moment would come. Their prayer covered you. Their tears watered the soil. And now, their voice echoes through this moment. You are not breaking, you are being built. You are not collapsing, you are being crowned. Type Amen to get blessing 301. Archangel Michael says, you were not supposed to find this message, but heaven made sure you did. They planned behind locked doors, but now the doors have been removed. And what was hidden is now in full view. Your name carries weight. Your purpose carries power. And no paper, no plan, and no person can take what was anointed for you. Stay still. Stay watchful. Justice is already marching toward you. Let them panic in their confusion, your role is to receive the blessing. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This message was sealed in the Spirit and delivered in divine time. Let it reach your soul. You are not just protected, you are chosen. You are not just watching this message. You are living its truth. God message continued, the paper holds no power anymore, your inheritance is sealed in heaven. There is a moment coming when someone you least expect will approach you in fear. Their voice will tremble. Their hands will be shaking. They've seen something they weren't supposed to, and now they're scared. A copy of the paper was accidentally sent to a person who has no loyalty to them. That person will try to stay silent, but their conscience will betray them. Their guilt is building, and soon, it will overflow. The woman who smiled during the signing ceremony has started to feel unrest in her spirit. She thought what she did was buried deep, but divine light is now stirring around her. The very pen she used will become a symbol of her fall. Her plan was not just about property, it was about legacy, reputation, and quiet revenge. She's been watching your steps for years, harboring jealousy she never voiced. But now, that jealousy is consuming her. Type Amen to get blessing 557. One name on the paper has already been spiritually revoked. The court may still hold it, but heaven has rejected it. This means their authority is already collapsing in realms beyond what they understand. They chose to use deception as a tool. But divine fire is about to burn that tool to ash. And when it does, the smoke will rise higher than they ever imagined. Someone tried to change the name on the registry without your signature. That act alone activated angelic interception. It may have looked like it succeeded for a moment, but it won't last. Archangel Michael says, even the pen that signed your replacement will be broken soon. There will be no more amendments. The divine seal has returned your name to where it belongs. Type Amen to get blessing 364. You will receive word of someone being removed from a legal firm. This removal is directly connected to your case. They were complicit in silence, but silence has consequences too. That woman is being watched now. Spiritually, legally, and socially. Her past actions are following her faster than she can run. Your land has always carried spirit. Spiritual oil. That's why they wanted it. Not for value on paper, but for what grows from it, what was birthed on it, and the blessings that come from standing on it. They tried to steal the oil but forgot that oil flows from divine source. No matter how many jars they carry, the oil will not pour for them. Type Amen to get blessing 778. You are entering a strange season of exposure. People will begin acting nervous around you. Some will stop replying. Others will speak too much too fast. Don't panic, it's all a sign that they're afraid. Someone you once shared a table with is regretting every word they said. Because one of them is being investigated spiritually. A dream they had 3 nights ago showed them everything falling apart. The lawyer involved is feeling pressure. They accepted the money, but now their family is seeing strange disturbances. What they thought was harmless is now haunting. And in the background, a relative of yours is being used as a vessel of truth. Watch them. They will say something soon without realizing it's prophetic. Type Amen to get blessing 190. They underestimated your silence. They mistook it for weakness. But your silence was your greatest weapon, it gave heaven time to prepare a full reversal. The person who initially filed the motion will lose something valuable very soon. It may be a job, a relationship, or influence. But it will be taken, and it will be public. Heaven is not just dealing with their paperwork. Heaven is dealing with their pride. They mocked too soon. They celebrated too early. And now, their celebration has turned sour. A financial blockage is coming their way. This is connected to the payment they used to fund the legal act. That money is cursed now, it will leak through their hands no matter how tight they grip it. Type Amen to get blessing 497. Archangel Michael says, don't be afraid when the storm rises. The storm is not against you, it's working for you. It's shaking the false foundation they built under your name. You will hear about a disagreement among the people who plotted together. They will turn on each other. Secrets will spill because they cannot agree on the next step. One of them has screenshots. They plan to use them as leverage. But heaven has already seen it, and is using that same weapon to complete the exposure. Someone is praying for you right now. Not just anyone, a person with spiritual power. Their voice has been lifted, and heaven is answering through this message. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You will walk the land again. You will stand where they tried to erase you. But this time, it will feel different. You will feel power returning to your feet. The locks will change. The gates will be secured. And the paper they tried to use will become irrelevant. Every phone call they made. Every whisper behind your back. Every coffee meeting where they mentioned your name, it's all being recorded by the divine realm. This is not just justice. This is divine. Balance being restored. You are not being rescued, you are being honored. Type Amen to get blessing 330. There is an angel assigned to your property now. They are not leaving until the full protection is in place. You will feel them near the windows, around the doors, even near your dreams. Do not be surprised if electronics begin to act strangely. Do not fear if people around you suddenly go quiet. These are signs of spiritual shifts, they cannot speak against what heaven is protecting. The documents will be reviewed again. But this time, with eyes that see truth. Someone in authority will sense that something is off, and they'll stop the process before damage is done. A cancellation is coming. An interruption that will protect you. And with it, the restoration of your rightful position. Type Amen to get blessing 603. You are about to receive a spiritual document, a confirmation in the spirit. It will not come in paper, but in peace. You will feel it. Deep. Strong. Unshakable. The person who tried to delete you will now have to explain themselves to people they respect. And no lie will be strong enough to cover the truth. God is not just restoring land. God is restoring your honor, your voice, your dignity. You will no longer feel left out. You are rising into full spiritual authority. And from this moment forward, nothing they do will prosper. Everything hidden is now exposed. Everything sealed in secret is breaking open. Type Amen to get blessing 909. The paper no longer has legal life. Heaven has revoked its power. Earth is about to follow. And when it does, your enemies will be silenced, not by force, but by revelation. The lawyer may resign soon. Out of fear. Out of pressure. Or because they saw something in a dream that shook them. A new name will take your side. You'll hear about it soon. They are not here to pity you. They are here to defend you, spiritually and legally. Archangel Michael says, your case has already been ruled in heaven's court. What you're waiting for is only the earthly delivery of what's already yours. Type Amen to get blessing 282. Final blessing. Every brick, every corner, every tree on your property is marked by a divine promise. They cannot steal what heaven sealed. No legal force can undo what was written in the Spirit. You are not late. You are right on time. This message found you because God arranged it. Let the wind carry your name to the ears of every hidden enemy. Let your silence become their reckoning. You are the rightful heir. Stand tall. Move in power. The judgment has already been declared in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 10,000. God message continued. What was written against you is now being torn apart in the spirit. A new moon approaches, and with it, a major spiritual reset will strike through the atmosphere around your home. You will begin to notice strange delays for them, calls unanswered, signatures denied, documents missing. These are not accidents, they are orchestrated. Divine interruptions. There is a number that will repeat itself to you, on clocks, phones, receipts. Pay attention. That number is tied to the moment heaven reversed the verdict on your property. That number is your confirmation. A door they walked through to start this plan has now shut behind them. And there is no key. They moved too boldly, too soon, and without divine covering. The woman who pushed the hardest will now feel the consequences the deepest. Her peace is about to be disturbed, and it will be sudden. It will start small, an issue in her home, but grow quickly into legal chaos she cannot explain. Type Amen to get blessing 445. You've been fighting without speaking. You've carried the weight without crying out. But this is the moment where heaven cries out on your behalf. Every silent night where you worried in your heart has now been accounted for in the scroll of justice. You may not see the scroll, but heaven reads from it daily. And your name is written in gold. Do not respond with anger. That's what they expect. Respond with silence, strategy, and stillness. Your silence is now a sword. They planted traps with words, using smiles as bait. But now, even the bait is spoiled. Their charm is losing its power, and their eyes are starting to look desperate. Type Amen to get blessing 620. A message is about to be forwarded to you, one that wasn't meant to land in your hands. When it arrives, don't react. Observe. That message holds the clue that connects everything. It's from someone who knew but said nothing. And now their silence has become a key. That legal paper will lose its strength in 14 days. Not by you tearing it, but by the very hand that wrote it becoming divided. They will retract what they wrote, not because of mercy, but because of fear. Archangel Michael says, your property is surrounded with divine perimeter now. No vehicle, foot, or pen of theft can enter it again. It is surrounded in light. Type Amen to get blessing 555. A mistake is about to be made in their camp. That mistake will be a full confession, recorded or emailed. Once it's exposed, the entire plan crumbles. One person is trying to back out. Their conscience can't take the pressure anymore. They will break away, and what they reveal will confirm everything you feared was true. But you will not be broken by truth. You will be lifted by it. You will be rewarded for standing in silence while others plotted your fall. There's a reason this hasn't moved to court yet. Every delay has been divine. Every hesitation in their steps is because heaven keeps intervening. Type Amen to get blessing 771. You will hear someone refer to you as the one who shouldn't have known. That sentence will be your signal. That sentence will show up in a conversation or a message. And when it does, you'll know who they really are. The spirit of betrayal that once sat in your circle has now been evicted. You no longer carry the energy of being blind to danger. Now you carry the presence of divine fire, untouchable. One photo, one document, one recording, all will come together like puzzle pieces. What you couldn't prove before, heaven is now proving for you. Archangel Michael says, what's coming will not just protect your property, it will elevate your position in the spiritual and natural realm. Type Amen to get blessing 889. Your property will soon be connected to a greater vision. A vision of healing, restoration, and rebuilding. It was never meant to just be land, it was a piece of your divine calling. That's why they attacked it. Because they sensed it had a future voice. They wanted to cut it before it could grow. But they failed. The roots have already reached too deep. Now, the fruits are about to blossom, and not just for you, but for generations after you. Heaven has appointed an angel over your legacy. That angel will not leave until every false claim is burned in full truth. Type Amen to get blessing 396. Watch how the name of the firm begins to lose favor. Their reputation will take a hit. Not because you fought it, but because heaven fought it for you. There's someone who used to sit beside you and secretly mocked your peace. That person will try to return once the dust settles. But their role is finished. Their chapter is closed. A divine dream is coming. You will wake up from it with the location of a hidden item. That item has meaning, a document, a letter, or a note that proves your spiritual ownership. The land they tried to steal is about to testify for you. Even nature will begin to align, trees blooming differently, the wind shifting when you step near. You are entering sacred territory. Type Amen to get blessing 721. The case is not in your hands, it's in God's courtroom now. And in that courtroom, lies have no voice. Deception has no seat. Only truth speaks. Your name is spoken among angels. And every time it's said, power is released. That's why you've been feeling strength return. The private attorney is starting to see cracks in the story they were paid to protect. Their confidence is draining. Soon, they will either walk away, or switch sides. A shift is coming in the next 7 days. It will begin with a phone call you never expected. What's said in that call will set the entire process on fire, in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 316. They tried to steal what they could never carry. They don't know how to hold what was made for your hands. That's why it keeps slipping through theirs. Your obedience is now opening gates. Your endurance is breaking the backs of demons. You held on when they bet against you, and now, heaven is honoring you openly. From this day forward, your name will carry new weight. It will unlock rooms. It will release favor. It will be protected by forces no legal team can override. You didn't have to speak to win. Heaven spoke for you. And the verdict is final. Type Amen to get blessing 204. Final declaration, the verdict is already written. They cannot undo what heaven has signed. From the very beginning, this was never about paperwork, it was about power. But true power comes not from law firms or signatures, but from spiritual authority, and you have been walking in it all along. The people who once looked down on you will now look up, wondering how you survived. But you won't need to explain. Your rise will be your response. Everything lost will be restored. Every delay will be reversed. And your land, your peace, your promise, will return to your hands, double. Type Amen to get blessing 10001. This message is sealed in divine fire. Delivered not just to your ears, but to your spirit. You are chosen. You are protected. And no one can take what was anointed for you.